What's up guys, Sean Nalawani, RealScienceAthletics.com. Hope everyone is staying as safe and as healthy as possible during this very bizarre time that we're living through right now. But in this video today, I want to talk about some major problems that I keep seeing over and over again with these home quarantine workouts that are being posted all over YouTube and Instagram. Now, I think it's good that people are trying to provide ways for their subscribers to train from home if they're in lockdown mode right now and they can't access a regular gym. However, so many of these plans and exercise recommendations that I'm seeing are just not going to get the job done, assuming your goal is to maintain as much muscle mass as possible or even continue making new gains from home during this time. Before I go further, I do want to mention that I have put together a free home hypertrophy workout plan for you guys. Okay, it's an upper-lower split, which I think is one of the very best ways to lay your weekly program out. And I've included a variety of different exercise options and suggestions depending on your equipment availability to help you get the very best results possible given the current situation. I didn't record video demonstrations for all the exercises, but they can all be easily looked up online, and this is completely free anyway. So yeah, if you're not familiar with a certain exercise, then you'll just have to look it up for yourself. Or you can also comment below on this video if you need clarifications, and I'll be happy to help out. You can download the program by clicking up here or by using the link in the description box below. So onto the subject of this video. First thing, just to be clear, I'm not saying that you must continue training full out right now amidst everything going on. That's completely up to you depending on your personal situation. Okay, if you've decided to take some time off completely, for whatever reason, then that's up to you. Or if you do want to continue training but just lower the intensity level down and you understand that you'll probably regress a bit in terms of overall size and strength and you're okay with that, then go ahead. Again, everyone's situation is different right now. Everyone's mentality is a bit different here, so that's totally your choice. However, if your situation permits it and you're serious about carrying out the most effective training plan possible from home so that you can maintain your gains or possibly even continue progressing, then it's critical that you structure and execute things properly, because if you are limited on equipment right now, it is going to be more challenging to really get that proper muscle building stimulus that you need. Okay, if you're just going through the motions and pumping out super lightweight sets on some random bodyweight circuit that you found on Instagram, you're not going to be getting much out of that from a muscle building perspective, or potentially you might be getting nothing from it at all. Most of these home muscle building workouts that I'm seeing posted actually qualify more as a cardio workout rather than as a hypertrophy workout. They'll probably get your heart rate up, you'll burn a few calories, you'll get a physical and mental boost from it, and that's all well and good, but it's not going to provide anything meaningful as far as muscle maintenance or muscle growth are concerned. So I'm talking about things like body weight squats for sets of 25 reps when you actually have the quad strength to do 250, or taking a flimsy set of resistance tubing and doing pull downs and rows with it, overhead presses with 3-pound water bottles, or deadlifts using a 10-pound bag of rice. Okay, I'm seeing this type of stuff posted quite frequently, and honestly, now that we're being forced to think outside the box with things, it really goes to show how a lot of these fitness coaches don't even really understand basic training principles. And it's actually really frustrating to watch, because some of these people have hundreds of thousands or even millions of followers who look up to them, and they're just eating these workouts up because they don't know any better, even though some of these workouts are just ridiculously bad. For example, I saw this guy here with 600,000 followers literally performing rows with no resistance whatsoever. Like, this is just completely pointless when there are so many more exponentially better ways to do rows from home. It's just ridiculous. Or this guy here with 1 million followers telling people to do 3 sets of 10 to 12 push-ups. Like, what if you have the strength to do 30 push-ups or 40 push-ups? There's no reason to give prescribed rep ranges for those types of exercises. Or 3 sets of 10 to 12 resistance band squats when the vast majority of people are not going to have a strong enough resistance band to where 10 to 12 reps is going to be very challenging. And then of course we can always count on the V-Shred crew to be putting out horrifically bad advice, but that's no surprise either, so I don't even really need to mention that here. But these are just a few examples of many. Look, the most important thing is this. Whether you're training at the gym or from home, whether you're doing 5 reps per set or 50 reps per set, whether you're lifting barbells, dumbbells, resistance bands, loaded backpacks, suitcases, or your family dog, the primary factor, the underlying stimulus that triggers muscle growth is that you train your muscles within a close enough proximity to muscular failure on each set. If you don't challenge your muscles with a load and rep count that pushes them close to or beyond their existing strength capacity, then your muscles are just going to have zero incentive to adapt and to grow. The entire basis of hypertrophy is that you threaten the existing strength resources of the muscle. If the strength resources it already has are sufficient to complete whatever task it is that you're trying to do, then all is good as far as your body is concerned, and there's really no reason at all to change. And so many of these exercise variations and rep counts, or time counts as well, that's something else I've seen, they just don't push you anywhere near failure. And so again, they're really just going to be sort of a cardio and conditioning workout at best. Now again, if you're okay with that and you just want to keep active in some capacity for now, then that's fine. But for those who do want to maintain or even continue building new muscle, the bottom line is that if you're leaving any more than about 5 reps in the tank, then you're largely just wasting your time and effort. I'd say 5 reps is the absolute minimum. 3 reps is much better. And ideally, as I've recommended many times in the past, I would say about 1 to 2 reps short of failure. That's the zone that you should be aiming for on the bulk of your sets. And what that means is that if 10 reps was your absolute maximum on a given lift, you'd perform 8 to 9 reps and leave 1 to 2 reps in the tank. So to put this all very simply, you just need to continue training hard. The rules don't magically change just because you're in your living room rather than inside a commercial gym. And I don't mean training hard as in your heart rate is up and you're sweating and you're feeling the burn and bouncing around from exercise to exercise in a HIIT circuit fashion. I mean training hard as in you're exerting maximum effort throughout the set and taking that set all the way to the point where even if your life depended on it, you could only squeeze out 1 to 2 more reps in proper form. Then after the set is done, you're taking a full rest period to recover and recharge and then repeating. And then furthermore, if your goal is not just to maintain muscle, but to actually keep progressing, then just as you would do in the gym, you need to continue striving for progressive overload by increasing the workload over time. And that's something I'll talk about in another video where I'll outline some different ways that you can progress from home if your equipment availability is limited right now. Which brings me to the next point, which is that, yes, I totally understand that some of us have really limited access to training equipment right now, and for some muscle groups it might be challenging to truly get close to muscular failure and to apply progressive overload. But the reality is that if you get creative and you use the right variations and the right training techniques, usually there is a way to make it work, and usually there is a way to put that targeted muscle under tension, get within a rep or 2 of failure, and increase the difficulty from week to week. You can use variations of exercises that train one arm or one leg at a time. You can use more challenging angles. You can implement certain techniques like slower negatives, paused reps, pulsed reps, rest pause, drop sets, things like that. Again, download my free home workout plan using the link up here or in the description box below for more information on exactly what I recommend. And if, despite all of that, if the exercise you're doing still feels a bit easy, then you can just perform higher reps with it. We know that even going as low as 30% of your 1 rep max will still produce significant hypertrophy as long as you go close to failure. And so even if you're doing lighter sets of 20 reps, 30 reps, maybe even a bit higher, you can still get very good results from that. And I'll talk more about that as well as some other topics related to home training and nutrition in the next few videos. We don't know how long this whole quarantine situation is going to be going on for. It could potentially be several more months or even longer depending on where you're from. And so for the time being, most of my content will be customized to this particular situation that the majority of us are in. And if you have any questions or ideas for video topics that you want me to cover, feel free to post them in the comments below. But bottom line, guys, if you want to maintain your existing gains or continue building new muscle with maximum effectiveness, the basic underlying training principles do not change just because you're training at home versus training at the gym. Low intensity body weight circuits that all these fitness coaches are posting are not going to cut it. You need to continue training close to muscular failure if you want to preserve as much muscle as possible. And if you want to keep making new gains, you need to continue striving for progressive overload. So thanks for watching, guys. If you found this video helpful, then make sure to hit the like button. Quite a few people have asked, and yes, RealScience Athletics, which is my fitness supplement company, we are still operating business as usual. You can try out our pre-workout multivitamin and fish oil over at RealScienceAthletics.com. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe to stay in the loop, and I will talk to you in the next video.